No.
All right. All right, gang. Welcome. We are fired up.
That's right.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
right. We're broadcasting to my YouTube nation. It's about 1,000 subscribers. Well, we're really are blessed to have Gina Hawks here with us. She did some fantastic training this afternoon, right?
Yes.
And she did the annuity IUL boot camp that just rocked the house. So very excited to have her come out here tonight to share the Alliance opportunity with y'all. And I think we're Southern Ohio, so I can use y'all with you. And so she's our national training. What is your title?
Product specialist.
Product specialist. She's actually the guru, so I like calling her the product guru. She's very knowledgeable in our business, and she's been with us. Gosh, how long have you been with us?
With the Alliance, 6 years now.
6 years with the Alliance, but we've known Gina since
15
we got
years.
started 15 years. So we watched her when she got started as a 13-year-old.
That's right.
So, and it's her birthday today. So we're doubly privileged to celebrate her birthday with her. Jeannie's got some special stuff going on afterwards. So, we'll enjoy the good stuff later for you guys on YouTube land. But anyway, help me welcome our esteemed guest, and we're excited to hear from her, Ms. Gina Hawks.
Hello out there in YouTube land. Okay, before we get started, I want to ask you a couple of questions. Is there anybody in here that has ever kind of been on a career path thinking you're going to do something, for the rest of your life, and then one day everything changes and you find yourself thinking, maybe this isn't going to be what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? Does that happen to some people out there? How about, have any of you ever just had a job that you hated going to work every single day? Yeah, okay. Well, a little bit of background on how I got to the Alliance. Like Alex said, I've known Alex and Jenny, Mike and Noel, Andy and Jane Albright, our president and CEO, for about 15 years. I've been doing insurance since I graduated college. So it's the only industry I've ever worked in. Love it. And I started out my career with a life insurance company. So I worked for a life insurance company out of Virginia. And pretty much what I did there, very similar to what I do here at the Alliance. I was their director of sales and training. So I trained agents on products, on sales, did product development, stuff like that. And loved my job, Caleb. Absolutely loved what I did. Worked with great people, great company. Like I said, that's how I met Mike and Noel and Alex and Jenny and Andy and Jane. And so I just loved what I did. And I never took that for granted because I knew that there were people out there every single day going to jobs that they hated. And I knew how blessed I was to have a job that I loved. So I never took that for granted. I was on a career path there, and things were progressing along. And, it was good. I was on a track there for certain things and certain promotions, and everything was going well until one day it all changed. And it was about 2008, 2009 when there was a lot going on, in the financial world, and found out that our company was going to be bought out by another company. And so I kind of saw the writing on the wall of what was getting ready to happen. And so I started thinking, okay, this is not going to be where I'm going to build my career, which had kind of been the plan all along.
Right.
So I found myself looking for something else. And at that point, I'd been in insurance for about 15 years. Like I said, I loved it. I'm like an insurance geek. I'm one of the few people on earth that like went looking for a job in insurance. Most people don't go looking for a job in insurance. It kind of finds you along the pathway somewhere. But not me. I'm like, I want to work in insurance. And I loved it. So I didn't want to change fields. I just needed to find another home.
Right.
And so I started looking, and I got a job offer in Clearwater, Florida. Now, we were in the mountains of Virginia at the time. Beautiful area, but it gets cold in the wintertime. And I tell everybody now, living in Florida, we have white stuff on the ground too in Florida, and it's called sand. It is awesome. Better than the white stuff we got on the ground in Virginia.
That's right.
So, my husband Phil and I, we love warm weather. We love the beach. You know, we had grown up in the cold. We're like done, Peggy, with the cold. We're like, Florida sounds good. They got sunshine. They got beaches. We're looking for something new anyway. Why not? You know, why not move to Florida? So we did. So we moved to Florida. We get to Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the job down there and start working. And initially, it started out pretty good. And then management changes again. And I found myself in a situation where pretty much every single day, Rose, when I'd go to work, there'd be screaming, there'd be cursing, just a really, really bad working environment. I already forgot your name. Tell me again. Will. I'll let you know this because I've had people ask me this. I was not the one doing all the screaming and cursing. So just so you know, it wasn't me. It was my boss. So just a really, really, really bad working environment. And I was not used to that.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple things happen when I get stressed. I don't eat, and I'm a runner, so when I get stressed, I run more because it's a great stress reliever.
Right.
So I found myself where I'd go to work, I'd get all stressed out, wouldn't eat anything all day, and then I'd come home and I'd run, and I'd run, and I'd run, and I'd run to try to relieve the stress that I was under.
Wow.
Yeah. So I found out what it was like to have a job that you hated and have to go there every day.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine that not eating anything and running a lot, not a good combination. That's going to catch up with you real quick. And so it did. And finally, I came home from work one day. I told Phil, I got to find something else. You know, there has to be a company out there where people are happy. They like what they're doing. They have values and morals and those things that are important to me. And that's what I found when I came to the Alliance. So this is where I found my home again.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to share with you what I saw when I first was introduced to the Alliance. So if you're here for the first time, I know you've got questions. And we've got some questions up here on the board. A lot of these will probably answer a lot of the questions that you have. If they don't, jot down if you have any additional questions. We'll have some time later. We can go over your questions. But to jump right into things, what is the Alliance? Basically, what do we do? What's this all about? Well, we sell life insurance and annuities, and we teach other people to sell life insurance and annuities.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do in a nutshell. Now, sometimes when people hear sell life insurance, they're thinking, oh my, does this mean I'm going to have to go to all of my family and friends and try to get them to buy life insurance, right? Just so you know up front, that's not what we do. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but that's not our program. We work with companies like Mutual of Omaha. Who in here's heard of Mutual of Omaha?
No.
Yeah. Transamerica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some pretty big companies. And they'll pay you. You go out, you protect families, you help people with the products that they have, and they'll pay you for doing that. And they'll pay you very well to do that. And the reason is these insurance companies, they are great at developing insurance products. What they're not so good at is getting them to the people that need them. And that's where we come in. We kind of connect the dots there, put the two together. Now, more importantly, we have a system. And if you think of successful companies have systems. You know, take McDonald's, for instance. McDonald's has a system. You know, they've got Hamburger University. They can send you to Hamburger University, and you can learn how to make the Big Mac and the Mac Daddy and, you know, all those Macs that they have. And, you know, you learn, they put you in McDonald's, you know what to do, and they can do that over and over and over and over again. So it's a system. We have a system as well. And in our system, you can make a very good part-time income, full-time income, business income, really whatever it is that you're looking for can work with what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever thought you would like to own your own business?
That's right.
Be your own boss,
Yep.
you know? Get work when you want to work, spend time with family when you want to spend time with family, take vacations when you want to take vacations, not having somebody else tell you when you get to do all those things, right?
Yep.
And that's what we can do for you.
Yeah.
We can put all that in your hands. So you get to determine what the future looks like from this point forward instead of somebody else determining all those things for you. And we think that's pretty cool. We like that a lot.
Very cool.
Love it.
So that's what we do in a nutshell. So next, what is the opportunity? Basically, who do we market to? You know, who are our clients? Is it a limited opportunity? Is it a big opportunity? Well, like I said earlier, we sell life insurance. We did some research when we decided, okay, we're going to focus on this life insurance thing. So we did research and we found out 100% of people are going to die. I know, shocking, shocking statistic. Caleb, had you heard that statistic before tonight? No, see, you know, it's crazy. And we Googled it too, you know, because it's not official research until you ask Google. Google said, yep,
That's
sure
right.
enough, they're going to die. So we're like, okay, sounds pretty good. Everybody needs what we have. That's a good thing. But we thought, well, maybe everybody is too big of a market. So maybe we should target certain areas of these people that need life insurance. So that's what we do. We target to what we call life events. Things like somebody buys a home, they get married, they have a baby or they adopt a child, they're getting ready to retire, they're getting ready to turn 65. All of these are areas of the market that we target. So our primary market are the baby boomers. So you guys have heard about these baby boomers of which I speak?
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So there's a bunch of them. So we went from, you know, everybody needing life insurance to 78 million baby boomers who need life insurance. So still a lot of people. Huge, huge, huge opportunity. Now these baby boomers, couple things we know about them. There's a bunch of them, 78 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I know about the baby boomers is today, 10,000 of them turned 65. And I always say there's nothing special about today, but those 10,000, there is something special because they have the same birthday as me. So
That's right.
today it is special, but guess what's going to happen tomorrow? Another 10,000 are going to turn 65, and the next day, and the next day. So they're turning 65 at a rate of 10,000 a day. And that's going to continue for about another 13 years or so.
Wow.
So it's a lot of people. Now, when people are getting around the age of 65, what are some things you think they might be thinking about?
Retirement.
That's
Retirement. Exactly. They might have Googled that they're going to die. Like, oh man, we're not prepared. What do we do? We're getting closer. You know. So these are things that they're thinking about.
Right.
There's also another statistic with the baby boomers. They have accumulated a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
to the tune of $22 trillion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of money. Now, we Googled this too, and we found out they can't take it with them. They've either got to spend it while they're here or leave it to somebody when they depart this place. And so again, life insurance, annuities, lots of ways that we can help these people out. Because when these baby boomers leave money to the next generation, they want to do that without having to pay a lot of taxes with leaving that money on. And with life insurance, we can help them with that. So there's lots of different ways that we can help this market that we work in. So it is a huge, huge, huge opportunity. Now, because it's so many people, we work with a lot of different insurance companies to be able to help all these people out. I mentioned Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica. Those are two of the ones that are most commonly known. Who in here has heard of a company called Foresters? You've heard of Foresters, okay. How many of you, before you got involved in insurance, had heard of Foresters? Nobody? Yeah, that's typically the response that I get. It's not a household name. And the crazy thing is, Foresters is not a new company. They've been around 145 years. How they've kept themselves a secret all this time, I don't know. But a lot of people have not heard of Foresters. They're one of the companies that we work with. Great company. They're based out of Canada. And they're a not-for-profit company, which makes them a little bit different from the other, the Mutual of Omahas of the world. And what that means is they give a lot of money away. And typically, if people have heard of Foresters, they either knew somebody that had a policy, an insurance policy with Foresters, or they've heard of them through things like the Children's Miracle Network, the American Red Cross. These are organizations that Foresters gives a lot of money to each year. So they've heard of them through those organizations. But just a great, great company that do a lot of good things. They're really big on getting money back to families, back into communities, and that goes right along with what we believe in. So great partner with us. I'm not going to bore you on all the stats on all the different insurance companies that we work with. Just know they're all billion-dollar companies. Most of them have been around over 100 years. These are very, very financially stable companies. And more importantly, they know who we are. Very, very close relationships that we have with these companies. They know Andy Albright. They know Alex and Jenny. They know Mike and Noel. They know us. They know us by name because we have very, very close relationships with our companies. And the good news for you is you get to benefit from those close relationships. Because we have products that only we can sell with our companies because of the relationships that we have with them. Contests, incentives, trips. They're always trying to get us to do more business with them. And we don't do a small amount of business with these companies. We sell more life insurance with Mutual of Omaha than anyone else in the United States.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's big.
Number one with Mutual of Omaha. We're number one with Foresters. We're number one with most of the companies that we do business with. So they like us. We like them. They know how we work. We know how they work. It's a great partnership. So you can see that you're at the right place, at the right time, with the right group of people to be able to help this market out. Because it is a huge, huge opportunity. So next, how do you learn how to do it? What if insurance is brand new to you and you've never done anything in insurance before? How do you learn to do what we do? Now, all of you, I know when you were little, you dressed up in your business suit and you played insurance, right? Yeah, nobody does that. So how do you learn to do what we do? Well, like I said earlier, we have a system. And we'll teach you our system. I'm going to show you some parts of our system tonight that just kind of gives you an idea of what we do. So this is what we call our playbook. One piece of paper talks about why we exist, our core values, what you do to be successful with us, just some very basic information. And I'm not going to go through all of this, but I do want to touch on a couple of our core values, because I think it speaks to what sets us apart from other companies. We've got 8 core values, and 3 of them are compassion, community, and gratitude. And compassion to us means we just care for people. We just want to help people.
That's right.
Our motto is have fun, make money, make a difference. This is where the make a difference part comes in. We want to make a difference in people's lives. Now, if you don't like to have fun, if you don't like to make money, and if you don't like to make a difference, you won't like it here. Because we like to have fun, make money, and make a difference. Community. Community to us means we're one family.
Right.
We're one team. We all work together. We all help each other. And I say that because maybe you've worked places before where they talk about you're part of a team until there's a problem or an issue. And then you're like, where'd they go? Where's that team they were telling me about? And you're there to figure it out on your own. That's not what you're going to find here. Here you've got people to help you, to train you, to answer questions, people that really want to see you succeed. And we just all work together because we know we can help more people if we just work together. And gratitude. We believe in being thankful for what we're given.
That's right.
Plain and simple. Now, the core values are important to me because you heard a little bit about the type of environment that I was in prior to coming to the Alliance. And maybe you've worked places like that before where if they had core values, you didn't see anybody living any core values.
Mm-hmm.
And what I know about this team is these aren't just words on a piece of paper.
That's right.
These are people that really do live and believe in these values, and that's important to me.
Right.
So that's part of our system. Now, another part of our system, Andy Albright, our president and CEO, has written 2 books and basically taken what you need to know about this business and put it in these 2 books. So the first one, the 8 Steps to Success. These are 8 very basic business principles. You could take this, apply it to any business, and if you apply them consistently, you're going to be successful. You take these 8 steps and apply it to this business consistently, you're looking at a 6-figure income.
That's right.
And there are things that are simple, like listen and read. You know, we're big on reading, hence the books. Now, there's one step in here that sometimes people have an issue with. Some people call it a curse word. It is a 4-letter word. It does end in K. Caleb, you want to tell us what the word is?
Work.
Work. That's right. Work.
Work.
Some people don't like that part. Yeah, that's part of it. You know, but one of the 8 steps, but basic principles. Now, the Millionaire Maker Manual, this is a manual. This is a step-by-step guide on how to do this business. Everything is in here that you need to know. Manual, step by step. Do you guys have IKEAs around here?
Yeah.
You have IKEA? Okay. So if you go and buy something at IKEA, what do you have to do when you bring it home?
Put it together.
Put it together, exactly. And it's going to have an instruction manual in there, right? That tells you all the steps and what to do and all that. That's the thing that Phil is, my husband's like, I don't need that. Okie dokie. Let's see how this goes. Then he gets the drill out, Alex, because apparently the pre-drilled holes are not in the right
They are
place.
not.
You know,
They are
they
not.
put them in the wrong place. And so anyway, so if you're putting together that coffee table and you don't follow the instruction manual and you like skip a step here and skip a step there, how's your coffee table going to turn out? Wobbly. Exactly. It's not going to be good. Not what you expected, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this business is the same way. You follow the manual and you get the results you're expecting. You follow this, you're looking at $1 million annual income. But you can't skip steps. You can't say, well, I like to do this, but I don't like to do that, so I'll just skip that part. It's a manual, but it's all in here.
Yeah.
So you don't have to figure it out. It's all right here for you. Now, if this is all brand new to you, you probably have questions about training. What kind of training do we offer? We have our own university called Alliance University. And this is a lot of video-based training, so 24/7. You can go out and you can watch videos about our products, our lead system. You can watch videos of our top salespeople, our top recruiters, showing you exactly what they do. And we just say, copy what they do.
Yes.
It's the only university I know of out there that encourages copying.
Yeah.
They usually don't like that sort of thing. But we're like, you know what? The successful people have figured it out. They're willing to show you exactly what they're doing. Just do what they do. You know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, we don't just give you the training and say, here it is, Sean. Good luck. Go get them, Tiger. Let us know how it goes. We don't just push you to the videos and say, here's the training, figure it out on your own from here. In addition to everything that's out on the university, we do training calls, we do webinars, we do boot camps, we do conferences. There is no shortage of training. In fact, every single Wednesday, Andy Albright, our president and CEO, does an hour-and-a-half long training. It's a live training. You can go online and you can watch it. And for an hour and a half, every single Wednesday, he trains everybody on the team that tunes in. And I don't know another president and CEO of a multi-million-dollar company that says, I'm taking my time out of my schedule every single week to train everybody on the team. But Andy does.
That's right.
That's part of the training that we have. In addition to that, we have what we call hotspots. And so this is one of our hotspots. This is the Dayton hotspot. And as you can see from the map, there's not just one in Dayton. We've got about 80 of these all over the country. This is where you can go weekly to get training.
That's right.
Face-to-face, not video, you know, got all that stuff too, but face-to-face training where you can ask people questions and stuff like that. 80 different places all over the country. Now, we're in Dayton. It's what, Tuesday? Is it Tuesday?
Yes.
It's Tuesday. So Tuesday means blue. That's how I can figure out what day of the week it is, figure out where I am and what color it is. So you're here in Dayton, but let's say you knew somebody in Las Vegas who wanted to get involved in this business, and you're thinking, I got to be in Dayton on Tuesday, so I can't be in Las Vegas on Tuesday at the same time. So what am I going to do to be able to get this person out there started in this business? Well, we have a hotspot in Las Vegas on Tuesdays, and your agent can go to their local meeting. You don't have to go to Las Vegas. They don't have to come to Dayton. They can go to the Las Vegas meeting, and the team in Las Vegas is going to help them. They'll train them. They'll answer their questions. They'll go over this overview with them. They'll do anything that they can to help them out, even though they don't have a financial interest in your agent. But guess what? They're part of the team. They're part of the family.
Yep.
It's that community I was talking about earlier. We just all help each other. Because somebody in Las Vegas might find somebody in Dayton, and they're going to come here, and you guys are going to help them out. So we just all work together. So earlier when I was talking about having your own business, being your own boss, if that was interesting to you, this should be really exciting.
Yeah.
Because this means it's not up to you to have to do all the training. You've got 80 other places around the country that you can plug people into training, and they can go to local meetings and don't have to fly places, you know, to get training, which is pretty cool. So that's part of our training as well. Now, remember earlier when I told you you weren't going to have to sell life insurance to all your family and friends? Remember that part?
That's right.
Okay, so here's why I say that. Because we have leads. We don't even like to call them leads. We like to call them responses. Because these are people that get information from us and respond back to us. So Andy owns his own lead generation company. So we're not buying this from someplace else. These letters are getting generated from Burlington, North Carolina. This one's going to William Ludlow in, I can't say the name of the town, but somewhere in Massachusetts. Situate. Situate? And so it looks like spelled different, but somewhere in Massachusetts. So this goes from Burlington, North Carolina into William's mailbox in Massachusetts, and he goes out and he gets this letter and he opens it up. And in here, there's going to be a letter, and there's going to be a postage paid return envelope to send it back to Burlington, North Carolina. And so he opens up this letter. Now, we send direct mail, we do telemarketing, we do internet marketing, so there's several different ways that people are responding back to us. But remember earlier when I said one of the areas that we target are people that buy a home or refinance a home? When somebody buys or refinances a home, they get a letter from us. And they look at this letter, they read it, They give us all kinds of personal information, like their first name, their last name, their date of birth, whether they're male or female, their height, their weight, do they smoke or not, 3 telephone numbers. They sign it and they send it back to us. So if they go to all that trouble, do you think they're interested in what the letter has to say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, these are people asking for our help. That's why we call them responders. They're responding to us. Now, Caleb, have you seen one of these letters?
Yes.
You have. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is if you'll just read the very first sentence of the letter, just the first sentence.
As a recent new homeowner, you may qualify to purchase our mortgage, life, and disability coverage with no physical exam.
Yeah. So we talk about life insurance in the first sentence.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's some bullet points on there. What's the first bullet point?
Death.
Death. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we're talking about death. What I'm getting at is we're not beating around the bush.
That's right.
When they read the letter, they know what they're responding to. Now, you can look on there, Caleb. You're not going to find anything that says if you fill this out and mail it back to us, we're going to put your name in a drawing for an iPad or something like that. Nope. If they fill that out and send it back to us, they're going to get information about insurance because that's what they ask for. So they know what they're responding to. You're talking to people that are interested in what we have, people that need help. Now, how many of those letters, what percentage do you think we get back? Where do you think 99% of them go? In the trash. That's exactly right. 99% go straight in the trash. But that's actually good news for you. Because that means you don't have to go see the 99 people who don't want it
Yeah.
to find the ones that do. Because the ones that are interested respond back to us. And even though 99% of them go in the trash, we're mailing between about 500,000 and 1 million letters a week. So at a 1% response rate, we're still getting thousands of these back every week. We don't have enough people to go out and help all the people that are sending those letters to us. That's why we're looking for help. So that's part of our system. Now, we're going to ask you to keep track of what you're doing during the week, what we call your activity, and we're going to ask you to put that in your activity book. And what we mean by activity are things like how many of those letters did you get? How many did you call? How many were you able to get in touch with? How many were you able to go meet with and help them out? Things like that. We ask you to keep that in here so you've got a place for all your numbers, set your schedule all in one place, makes it nice and easy. Now, there's really only one reason we ask you to do this. Anybody in here played sports sometime in their lifetime? Okay, so you played sports. Don't they keep track of a bunch of statistics in sports, a lot of different numbers and ratios and stuff? So why do they keep track of all those numbers?
Track progress
Measure.
or lack of progress.
Exactly. Performance. Are you progressing? What do we need to tweak to get you performing where you want to be performing in this sport? And this business works the same way. This is your stats book. So this helps your manager to look at your numbers and say, hey, this looks really good. Let's tweak a few things here and see if we can get you to the performance that you want in this business. And this helps them to do that. So now this next part of our system, this is what we call our ATM. That stands for Alliance Training Manual. And what do you get when you go to the ATM?
Money.
Cash.
Money, exactly, cash. So we say if you need cash, go to your personal ATM.
That's right.
And it doesn't come spitting out of this book. Don't get too excited. But we do say that you start using this book and you're going to start getting money deposited into your bank account.
That's right.
Because this is the information that you're going to go over with the client when you sit down in the home with them. So it tells them all the different ways we can help them out. Mortgage protection, retirement protection, all those things we talked about earlier. You're going to have information in here about you and your family, and you're going to ask them questions about them and their family. You're going to get to know them, start building that relationship with your client. Then you're going to have pictures of your family, copy of your license so that they know you're legal to come out and help them out. Information in here about all the different insurance companies we work with so we can do the shopping for them. Here's information we need to gather from the client to figure out how can we help them out. And it just takes you page by page through the process. Think of it like guardrails, it just keeps you on track.
Mhm.
The idea is stay between them, not everybody gets the point, but when you're riding down the road, you see some on the other side of the guardrails. But it just keeps you, the idea is to keep you on track. This is just to keep you on track in the home, so you know what to go over with the client.
Mhm.
Okay, last part of our system that I want to talk about, which is going to lead us into the question you've all been waiting for. How do you make money? So this chart that you see over here, these agent levels, these are our promotion guidelines. Because we want you to know ahead of time what it takes to get promoted and what your income's going to look like when you get that promotion. Andy calls it a whosoever doeth business.
That's right.
And that means you doeth the work, you getteth the promotion.
That's
Plain and
That's
simple.
right.
It doesn't matter who you know, who you don't know, who your mama is, where you went to school, where you grew up, a background. None of that matters. You simply do the work that you're supposed to do. You earn your promotion. You get your promotion. We think that's fair. So, you guys ready to talk about the money part?
Yes.
That's
Anybody
right.
want to know about the money part? Okay. So, how do you make money with us? 2 ways that you can make money. One is simply going out, helping those people that are sending those responses back to us. You can make immediate income by going out and helping them out. Second way is by teaching another person to do that same thing. Teaching them to go out and help families out. So we're going to talk about both of those. First, let's talk about the people that send those letters back to us. So let's say somebody buys a house and they get a letter from us. They figure out, okay, when we die, family might not have the money to pay the mortgage and they might lose the house, and that's a problem and we need to fix this. So that's where you come in. They'll send in one of our letters. You go out, you meet with them, go through your ATM, ask them some questions, fill out some paperwork, send it to one of our companies like Foresters, and then Foresters says, yep, we'll cover that family. We'll send them a check when they die. Family can pay off the house. They get to keep the house. All is well. So in this process, for the client, on average, it's going to cost them $85 a month for the coverage. That is our national average. Some are going to be higher, some are going to be lower, but on average, $85 a month for them to protect their family. So you go out, you help that family out, and the insurance company is going to pay you $500 for going out and helping that family out.
That's right.
So we good with that?
Yes.
We good with $500? Okay. So how do we come up with this $500? So $85 a month, client's going to pay that for 12 months. That's about $1,000, what we call annual premium. The premium they're going to pay for that first year. Now here's where the chart comes in. It starts at 55, it goes up to 110. And that refers to your commission rate. So you're going to start at a 55% commission. You can get promoted all the way up to 110% commission. You can get promoted every 2 months. Every 2 months, you can earn a promotion and start moving up that chart. So you're going to start at a 55% commission. So that means this $1,000 that the client's paying, you get paid 55% of it. So whatever that number is, you get paid 55%. That's where the 500 comes from. I know it's 550, but we're just going to use a nice round number. On average, go out, help a family, $500 to help them out. Now, those of you that are already out there with us helping families out, on average, how long are you in a home to help a family out? Anybody? An hour?
About an hour.
Hour and a half?
Half is the
Yeah.
first.
Yeah,
that's what I was-
typically it's about an hour to an hour and a half. You might have, every now and then it might be 2 hours, or when you get started it might be 2 hours, but typically it's going to be about an hour to an hour and a half. So let's say it takes an hour and a half to sit down with every client and help them out. Do you think you could help 5 in a week?
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, it wouldn't take a ton of time to help 5 a week. So if you help 5 families a week And each one of those on average is $1,000. So that's $5,000 in premium. There's 4 weeks in a month. So that's $20,000 premium for the month. And you get paid 55% of that. Yeah, you're right,
Like
that's good. Not bad at all. So by helping 5 families a week, you can make a $75,000 income with us. And that is being very conservative. Because if you take 20,000 times 55% times 12 months, it's way more than $75,000. But we want to be very conservative and let you know you help 5 families a week, $75,000 in income. Now, why are we being conservative? If you're new to the insurance business, you may be thinking, well, why isn't the number the number? Well, this is a business. Like any business, stuff happens.
That's right.
Have you ever bought something at the store, decided you didn't want it, took it back to the store, and you expect to get your money back when you take it back, right? People do that with insurance too. It's the craziest thing, but they do. Stuff happens. You might go out to this home, and let's say it's a 65-year-old couple, bought a house, sent in a lead, you're going out there, you're talking to them, start asking them about their health. They're like, Morgan, I'm healthy. He says, I got the heart of a 30-year-old. And you're like, oh, that's awesome. That's great to hear. And you talk to him a little bit more, and then you start asking some more detailed health questions, and you find out when he said he had the heart of a 30-year-old, he meant it literally. Last week they put one in him, and so he's thinking he's good and healthy now. Start it over, reset the clock. He's got another 60 years to go. Yeah, Foresters is going to be like, thanks, but no thanks. Stuff happens. It is a business. So conservatively, you help 5 families a week, $75,000 in income. Now, let's look at this chart for a second. Now, Will, can you tell me what that number is right there by that 60%?
It's 5,000.
It's $5,000. So what does that mean? So that means if you write $5,000 premium in a month, we were talking about a week, and
That's
that
right.
sounded easy enough.
Yeah.
$5,000 a month, about 5 families a month, 2 months in a row, you just got promoted. Because that's what it takes to get the 60% contract. So you know ahead of time the number that you've got to hit to get your promotion, and every 2 months you can move up the chart. Then when you get to 60%, you go out and you help this family, and you're going to get paid $600 instead of $550. So that gives you an idea of how you can earn your promotions. So that's one side of the business, going out and helping families personally. The other side is building a team, building a business, having a group of people that are out helping people out. So let's talk about that for a second. So you're here, you're in Ohio. Anybody know somebody in a state south of Ohio? I'm guessing you probably do. Name a state.
Georgia.
Georgia. Kentucky. How about Midwest? Anybody know anybody in a Midwest
Missouri.
state? Missouri? Somewhere. Down south? Anybody?
Florida.
Florida? That works too. How about out west?
Texas.
Texas?
California.
California? All right, you get the idea. You just find other people that want to go out and help people. It doesn't have to be people you know. It doesn't have to be outside of the state of Ohio. I'm just using that as a reference point. But you just find people that want to go out and help people, make a little bit extra money. You teach them what we teach you. Get them to the hotspot, plug them into the training. They learn how to do it. They go out and they start helping families. Now, a couple things happen once you start building a team. One is promotions. You can see there's 2 lines going up that chart. One side has to do with the families you help personally. The other has to do with your team. So you can get your promotions based on your team. The second thing that happens is what's called override income or business income. And the way that works is your agent out in California goes out, helps some families out, and you get paid a percentage of the business that they're writing. And then your agent in Missouri goes out and helps some families. And then your agent in Kentucky and your agent in Georgia, and so on and so forth. So now you've got business income coming in. You don't have to go to California, then Missouri, then Kentucky, then Georgia to go help these families out. You've got other agents out there that are helping them out, and you get paid a percentage of the business that they write. So that's how the override income works. The question at this point is not, can you do it? Anybody in here can do this. It is not a matter of whether or not you can do it. Now, you do have to get a life insurance license. The states require that. It's a highly regulated business. Getting your life insurance license is exactly as thrilling as it sounds. It's a whole lot of fun. It's passing a test, not a big deal. We got classes to help you, but you do have to get your license. Again, it doesn't come down to can you do it. The question is, will you do it?
Mhm.
What would motivate you to do it? Because if you're waiting for the catch is you've got to work. It's that word we talked about in the book.
Yeah.
You got to work. So what would motivate you to go do the work? Does anybody in here like to travel?
Yes.
Okay. So we got some people that like to travel. So let's just say for a moment that you've got money in the bank account. Bills are paid. You don't have to worry about all that. Extra money sitting in the bank account. You could take an all expense paid trip anywhere in the world you wanted to go. Where would you go?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Good choice. Tahiti? Ah, yeah. Where do you want to go, Will? Oh, yeah. Dominican Republic. Punta Cana.
I've been there.
Yeah. You know, maybe it means getting to travel. Having the time, the flexibility, and the money to be able to travel. So maybe it means that. Maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know. I don't know that the travel would motivate me. What about if you could live anywhere you wanted to live? Would you move? Some people are quick to say, yep, I'd move. Some of you may be thinking, no, you know, I don't know that I'd want to move. This is home, you know, this is where family is. What if you could live in any house you wanted to live in? Then would you move? I usually get a few more yeses on that one. So let's say that you can go out there and get that perfect house just like you want it. What's one thing it's got to have?
Helipad.
A helipad. There you go. Got to land a helicopter someplace, huh? Yeah. What else? What do you want in the house?
A huge walk-in closet.
Ah, very cool. Yeah, big closet. Plenty of space.
A shoe closet.
A shoe closet. Now we're talking. You know, maybe it means getting to live wherever you want to live. Whatever kind of house, just exactly like you want it. Anybody in here into cars? Any car people?
I like to drive
Starting
them.
to be.
Like to drive them? What did you say?
I'm starting to be.
Starting to be a car guy. Okay. So starting to be a car guy, Sean. Let's just say money was no object and you could go buy any car that you wanted.
Aston Martin DB11.
Oh, yeah. See, he's a car guy. He
That's the
knows.
Rob report. We were looking at it the other day. It was a wedding present.
Very cool. Wedding present. He's like, honey, this is what I want for my...
Patrick gave us a copy of the Rob report for a wedding present.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, so an Aston Martin, what color?
Burnt orange.
He's got the picture.
He's got it as his background.
This is my.
Oh, there it is.
Orange.
Burnt orange. What color interior has it got?
It's a smoke gray.
Oh, very cool. Maybe it means getting to drive whatever you want to drive, you know, toys. Maybe it's giving the money away.
Yes.
Maybe it's a church or a charity or an organization that you've always wanted to give to. There's just never money to give. So maybe it's that. Right now, maybe it's none of those things. Maybe it's pay the bills, get the kids through college, student loans, you know, maybe it's stuff like that. The cool thing is, it doesn't matter to us what it is to you. We just want to help you get it.
Mhm.
And we've got a way to do it.
Yep, sure do.
You just decide to do it with us. So to wrap up, that's what I want to talk about. Who is doing it? So who do we have in here over the past couple weeks, went out and saw some families and wrote some business? All right, so all right, we got some people that wrote some business. So you guys come up front. Give them a hand. Give them a round of applause. Okay. I know we've met before. Remind me of your name. Steve. Steve, good to see you again. So Steve and Noel, what I would like for you to share with everybody is how long you've been here, what you did prior to this, how many families you helped this week, and the total premium for the week.
Okie dokie. Hi, I'm Noelle Leventovich. I've been around for a long time. Since the beginning, since Andy started it. Yeah.
Yep.
How many families? I helped 3 families for right around $3,600.
Good
All
job.
right.
Yeah. Good job. Steve.
Been here 2.5 years. I used to be the athletic trainer for the University of Dayton,
Oh, cool.
and
Cool.
I just came from an appointment where I helped a family.
Awesome.
It was like a $750 premium.
Okay, good job. Great job. About how long did that take you for that appointment? Hour and a half. So there you go. An hour and a half, $750 premium. So let's just say half. We don't have a 50% schedule, but let's say half of that for an hour and a half's worth work.
Not bad.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Thank you. All right. So somebody check my math. Is that 4,350? Did I do it right?
Yep.
Oh,
Perfect.
I am shocked. It was only 2 numbers, but typically I'll mess it up. So the reason I put this up here is, let's say that you decide you want to start a team and you find 2 people to go out and write some business, and they write $4,350 in premium. And let's say you have a 10% override on your team. Now, it could be more than that, but let's just say 10%, because I can do that math. So that's $435 that you get deposited into your bank account for the week from the effort of your team. Not bad, right?
That's great.
Awesome.
Beats a sharp stick in the eye. So that gives you an idea of what the override income can look like. So in 1 week, 2 people going out and writing some business, helping some families out, extra $400 and some dollars. Not bad. So that's the information that we have for you. If you're here for the first time, we'd love to talk to you before you head out, answer any questions that you have. What we're going to do is we're going to take about a 10-minute break, and then we're going to get together and do some more training. So thank you guys very much.
Awesome.
It's been a pleasure. Where do you look at?